Texting. Surprise, surprise, surprise. It's been a long time, America, but we are here on a Man Up Monday. That is the redoubtable one himself.
Tis me.
A grateful, I want to be clear, grateful fan
Grateful
tonight.
Guinea.
Grateful Guinea tonight, and he should be. And this is going to be his segment. I will just say to lead, as you know, the Dodgers advanced to the World Series last night. That offense is the reason why, and they lived. Mookie Betts, by the way, in this series, 9 hits, 9 RBIs, and no one's talking about him, the best leadoff hitter of this generation. But I think the Yankees are going to feel his wrath. But anyway, they advanced with a 10-5 win to win that series 4-2. Look, no one's surprised that happened. But the surprise is that it was the Mets that was standing between the Dodgers and the World Series, and they put up a fight, which is the end of the day. What if you're a Mets fan, is the logical way to look at this, because no one had them here, and certainly no one had them beating that team. Okay, because nobody thinks that team's going to lose if they're healthy. So
most people didn't have them sending the thing back to L.A.
No one did. So I'm going to give the floor to Thomas. This is his segment. This is his time to just say what he wants to say about his team this year, and he deserves it, and they deserve it. By the way, they were and are a great story. And that's coming from a Boston fan who can't stand anything in New York. So trust me, it's real. And with that, the redoubtable one is going to take it away. Thomas, your Mets.
Thank you, my Mets. And thank you, highly questionable one. Currently, I am lighting up a chocolate-flavored, I guess you could call it a victory cigar, even though the season ended in defeat. It's really strange because typically when this happens to me, one of my teams fails out in the playoffs. There is a legitimate depression that strikes. I told the story in one of our first episodes ever. This was before we had a mic, I think.
Might have been.
That when the Mets lost in 2006, I failed a college course because I was such a little bitch and depressed about it. I stopped going to a class, and it cost me my graduation. I had to retake the class. So typically I'm very down and kind of hopeless, but that's not the feeling I have right now. It sucks because we actually had a chance in one of the most unlikely runs ever to win the World Series. And you always hate to not take advantage of that because sometimes you don't see it again for 10 years. But
Especially in that sport.
That is not the kind of feeling I have right now about these Mets. And it has to do with a lot of things. It has to do with the way the entire team played for the last 4.5 months of the season. Epic. They were the best team in baseball since June 1st.
Record
Just
out, by
watch
the
the record.
Yeah, he's not.
Now they were never the most talented team. Okay, they had a massive payroll, but so much of that payroll wasn't even on the team. They were just still paying it. See Justin Verlander, Max Scherzer.
Yeah.
You know, guys like that.
Yeah.
But I think one of the main reasons I don't feel that hopeless despair, which might be silly to some of you to hear that I feel that over a team, but it's all about the leadership that's in place right now. Starting with the owner, Steve Cohen, who's a Mets fan, who came in with guns blazing, tried to buy a championship. It didn't work. Okay? They got close, actually. They were one of the best teams in baseball all year, but then they failed because they put all this money into old pitching. Now, he learned from that. Okay, we're not going to do that again. Last year, when shit went south, he lied to Max Scherzer and said, we're not going to compete next year. Can we trade you? Which, that was a great move.
Turned out to be.
Because let's just get him out of here. Let's get Verlander out of here. And let's get any prospects we can. We're going to be paying the money anyway for shitty performance. So let's at least get back prospects. Okay? So that was a great move.
Yep. It was.
And it took him to okay that. Now we've got him. We got David Stearns, who this year pulled a bunch of fucking random baseball players out of nowhere and created one of the most special teams I've ever witnessed for a year. Without a doubt. Sean Manaea, where'd he come from? Luis Severino, he hasn't been good in years. He was awesome with the Yankees and then flamed out. Nobody thought he was going to do anything. Jose Iglesias did not play in the major leagues last year. Came back this year on a minor league deal. We brought him up. He created a fucking, he wrote a song. They let him perform it on the field. The way this organization is embracing the entertainment aspect of this team is amazing. Letting the fan base connect. Yep. Okay. Then we signed Carlos Mendoza, another unlikely fucking manager. He's not some retread. He's a guy who spent his entire life in baseball and finally got a shot at a big league team. He's been manager of the minors, bench coach for the Yankees for years. He comes over. Nobody knows who the fuck he is. Is this another touchdown?
Derrick Henry.
Christ.
Derrick Henry. That's the way they did. That's how you take him down low.
Right in the knee.
Yep, right in the knee.
Derrick Henry. Dude, the Bucks did not come prepared for this today.
We said that the Baltimore was a better team. They might be the best team in the league. They might.
It appears that way because Tampa's a pretty good fucking team.
They are. They're making this look bad on their field.
Yeah.
That's not easy to do. But when you got a backfield like that
was
and your line is now
holy shit, that was like an 80-yard run.
Yeah. Hell of a hit by this guy who stayed with it.
That was an 80-yard run.
Yeah, it was.
90. Okay, sorry.
Anyway, to the Mets.
Sorry about the leadership. Carlos Mendoza, when you think about how the Mets started this season, they were 0-5. They were 11 games under 500 at some point. Their best player was playing like dog shit. And instead of going, man, I guess my first year is going to suck, he actually led the fucking team through all that darkness. They came together, and they must have played 20-something games over 500 for the last 4 months. Maybe more, because I think at the end of May, they were 11 under. They finished the year 17 over. What swing is that?
Well, that's 28 games.
28 games over.
That's a ridiculous swing.
I mean, that is a clip that a real playoff team plays at.
Yeah.
Like, you are a legit top 5 team if you play like that.
That is not something you see very often. Just saying.
So.
Not like that.
I mean, especially coming back. Dude, the first month and a half, you would have thought the Mets were the worst fucking thing ever. I wanted to sell parts. I was ready to give up. But these guys didn't do that.
And the first month, it was Stiff-Los Mendoza.
It was Stiff-Los Mendoza.
Stiff-Los Mendoza.
But silly me, it's Stiff Tommy. It's Stiffy.
Stiffy McIzzo.
Stiffzo. It was Stiffzo. There we go.
Stiffzo. Stiffzo.
So it went from Stiff-Los to Stiffzo and Stud Muff. Okay, from Stiff-Los to Stud Muff because Carlos Mendoza.
Actually, Stud Muffin.
Right, but Stud Muff is just a shortened version.
You came up with the I came up with the version.
I mean,
Stud Muffin Mendoza.
I didn't come up with the short version. I just chopped off a couple letters. It's still yours.
It's catchy though. Stud Muff.
Stud Muff. I just think
it's like if you're in the know.
But if you say,
you mean Stud Muff? Yeah.
Stud Muff Mendoza.
Yeah. I had cocktails with him the other night.
Right, Stud Muff Mendoza.
Stud Muff. Yeah. His short game needs some work. But
you talking about Stud Muff?
Stud Muff. Yeah. Pretty good off the tee. Short game needs some work.
So here's the thing I love about him, and I think in the beginning of the year I was just down on the whole thing because they were bad. So it didn't matter what he was doing, but as they started pulling us in with good performance, damn, he just threw another fucking touchdown.
Rope. That was a rope.
Jesus.
That guy's like 6'7".
Hey, Baker Mayfield, remind me again, what position do you play?
Not defensive back.
Well, obviously not because he keeps throwing the ball to defensive backs.
I must like them.
Yeah, I think so. But Mendoza was able to manage this team with baseball knowledge, humanity, strategy, and feel in a way that you usually don't see. There are some managers out there that go all statistics. And then there are some managers that are just out there flying by the seat of their fucking pants. They don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yep.
This guy was in control the whole year. From the shitty times to the greatest times. I love that he's here. I hope he's here like Mike Scioscia was for the Angels for 16 years. Mm-hmm. I hope he stays that long. Because he's a fucking real leader. Francisco Lindor became a legendary Met this year. He's one of the best Mets of all time based on what we know he can do now. He's amazing. Pete Alonso gave me, I think I'm going to say, all right, maybe not the best sports. It's a top 3 sports moment in my life. When he hit that 3-run homer in Milwaukee, and I was on the phone with my dad.
Legend.
I mean,
That's legendary shit.
down to top of the 9th, your last at bat. There's one out, men on first and third. Pete Alonso comes up. Everybody thinks he can't do it.
Yep.
He hasn't done it the whole fucking year.
His whole career.
Right.
He hasn't done. He's put up numbers.
I mean, he's
But in
had
those
some
moments,
big hits. He's never even been in a moment like that to have.
No. The thing is, he had been known as a guy, and this is from you and from Tony at work, a stat guy, but in those moments he shrinks. And this was his last chance.
This is his last chance.
Talk about answering the bell.
But the thing is, here's the thing about Pete. The reason he's always struggled in the past is because he wanted it so much.
Yeah.
He wanted to come through so bad, he lost his head in those moments.
Which I can understand.
You can respect that.
Yeah, I understand that.
You can love the guy for that.
It's not lack. It's not lack
He's
of desire.
over-trying.
Yeah, he's over trying. He wants it so bad.
That he's forgetting his approach. He's forgetting everything.
He's not willing to let it come to him a little bit. He's
Right.
He's trying to force the issue when he doesn't need to. And by the way, he's not the only one that's ever done that. But
Of course not.
But he
And those guys are always lovable.
Yeah, but he actually answered the bell this time.
Yes, he did.
In a big way. So yes, absolutely. When you say top 3 moments, I can totally see why you would say.
Yeah, because you have to take the context. Potentially his last at bat. Everybody's counted him out.
That could have been his last at bat.
As a Met. Last at bat as a Met could have been.
Yeah.
And the thing that I really liked, right before his at bat, there's a bench coach talking to him on the field, telling him, hey, when he's throwing the changeup, he does this with his glove. When he's throwing the fast, like, they're giving him information, and he's looking at him, and he's like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, he was calm as a fucking cucumber, or cool as a cucumber. Yeah. He walks up there, 3-run bomb. I had called my dad to start that inning because I was like, we got to try to get a rally going. And I'm just so glad I called my dad because I think that's my favorite Mets memory of all time, and now I can say I had it with my dad.
That is cool.
Even though he was on the phone.
That counts.
We were together.
That counts.
You know? Yeah.
That counts.
So, second of that would be like being at home with Casey and the kids. Third would be on IDD. Like seeing it on IDD.
Oh, that, yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm talking about
Yeah.
I mean, having moments here are great, but you always got to put the family moment
Of course.
above,
No,
because
that's, yes. That's,
So-
yes, absolutely. All day.
So, I mean, now I love Pete forever. I want him back. I understand if he doesn't come back, who knows if the money's not right. I would try to get him back. I would be real with him and say, look.
It would behoove the Mets to bring. It's not just he's a character.
He's
guy
a keystone.
Too.
Yeah.
He's a cornerstone guy. He's a guy you can win a championship with.
Yeah.
You can. Okay, they got to get a couple of pieces,
Yeah.
but that's attainable.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, with
And,
the money they got coming off the books.
Coming off of the disappointment that last year was when the expectation was so high, to do this, it's impressive.
Yeah.
Beyond impressive. And
The expectation wasn't high
I know
today.
that Tony was upset about it. I sent him a text today to check up on him, see if he was okay, and I understand it. And I said, hey, chin up, great season.
Yeah.
Because it was. When you look back on it, the sting of it now, I get that. But when the sting wears off and you look back on it, you're like, you know what? That was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
It really was. And the Mets fans should be very proud today of their team.
Dude, the thing I love about
And
it
hopeful.
is...
hopeful,
yeah. I mean, the thing I love about it is I already feel that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't take me long to get there. Last night, I don't know, maybe there was a part of me that felt like it could happen against the Dodgers, because they were outplaying the fuck out of us in the games that beat us, But I don't know what it was. After it ended, like, I called my dad to start the top of the 9th inning. Kind of like as an ode to the Pete Alonso game in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
I called him, I said, you think they can score 7? He goes, no. But then we just chatted for a bit. We got off the phone. He said, what are you going to do? I mean, but there were so many moments in like the 2006 season that I don't really think about at all anymore.
Yeah.
And that was a year they should have went to the World Series. They got beat by the Cardinals, and I was all depressed.
Oh.
But this one, like, I'm gonna remember all that shit. Me and a Mets fan I work with were arguing today because he was pissed, and he was calling them losers or whatever. Let me see what he said. Because I feel like this is a conversation with a lot of Mets fans right now. It's like, how can you be happy about this? Oh, and like Yankees fans and other teams making fun of us. And it's like, that's not what it's about.
Look,
it doesn't make us a corny franchise because we feel grateful and thankful for the ride we had this year.
If I may,
yeah,
on this one, I think I probably have the book on this one, given where I'm from. Because and the thing, again, here's the difference. Okay, up where I'm from with these franchises, all four of them historically are cornerstone franchises now in their sports. The Patriots got there because of the run they just went on. They weren't a cornerstone. They are now. Mm-hmm. But with that comes an expectation where, and again, you've got to, the thing about it is, here's why he's 100% right on this. Because if I roll back the tape on 6 months ago when we did the baseball preview, not one of us in our most stoned, intoxicated could have predicted the Mets to be here.
Yeah.
There was no scenario with which we thought this was possible, and we were not alone. Every one of you that is bitching about them didn't believe it either. I don't give a shit what you tell me.
And gave up halfway through the season.
You were playing with house money the second they got in the playoffs. The fact that they took that team that, listen, when the definitive history of this game is written, if that team does what I think it's going to do, they're going to be a team people talk about in the first sentence because they have that kind of a lineup. And they have shown it time and time and time again. And why anyone's mad about it, when everyone that knows baseball 6 months ago picked them to win it, if they were standing, everyone had them to win it. Okay, I'm laughing now that people are actually trying to pick the Yankees.
Well, remember at the beginning of the season, you and I both said, the one thing we don't want to happen this year is for the Dodgers to win.
Yeah, but that has now changed because the other team is the Yankees.
Well, I'm still rooting for the Yankees.
I know you are, but you're not a Red Sox fan. Mm-hmm. You'll never understand this. So
no, I get it.
This is the lesser. This is usually why I don't vote in politics. So it's the lesser of two evils. But do I want to see the Yankees win a 28th World? No, I do not. No, I do not. I would rather get kicked in the nuts for 30 days in a row than watch them win a 28th World Series championship. No. And by the way, they got lucky because the two teams that they feared the most weren't in their way. They had to face either one. They lost. They both lost. They ran into three teams that they toyed with all year long. And here's why I think they're going to lose. Because they haven't been tested yet. None of the teams they faced are on the level of the Mets who swept them. And by the way, my esteemed boss and friend Kevin, who was a Yankee fan, and is trying to tell me, and he jokes about it, I said, well, the Mets beat you 4 times in a row. Oh, you play down to your competition. He said that twice. The first time he said it. Hold on. The first time he said that was after it actually happened during the rest of the season. And then he said it like 2 or 3 days ago. And I said, play down to your competition. I said, genius.
The Mets have been the best team in baseball.
I said there are 4 teams left, and the Mets are one of them. So what do you mean when you say play down to your competition?
Right.
Because they just took the best team in the world to 6 games. I'll be shocked if your team takes them to 6 games. Because if you're going to try and get in a hitting contest with the Dodgers, you're going to lose. You're going to lose. This is not the Bronx Bombers, and you can pitch around one guy and live with the other one. The other one ain't going to beat this team by himself. It ain't going to happen.
They got 3.
The Mets.
They got Soto, Judge, and Stanton. Yeah. Stanton's been great.
The Dodgers are better.
Yeah, so there's a part of me
top to bottom. They're better.
Look, I'm saying I'm rooting for the Yanks, but there's also that piece of me inside that just feels weird rooting for the Yankees.
How can you root for them?
I can't.
It's like rooting for the Dallas Cowboys.
No, so it's become different for me because I don't live near a lot of real Yankee fans and haven't in a long time. And when the Red Sox decleated them and took them off their pedestal in 04,
I don't want the Yankees getting back on this pedestal.
They won't.
And if they win this, they could.
Nope.
They could.
Nope.
They could. I don't want them winning 1. I don't want to ever see them win those.
That roster is a weirdly constructed roster.
Look at the bottom line is if you line these guys up on paper, the Dodgers are the better team right now. Anyone with a brain will tell you that. I don't want to hear about who's playing better right now because the Yankees haven't been tested.
That's true.
Okay, I was laughing at these. This is the thing about ESPN that drives me up a wall. You guys get paid to do this shit, okay? And
What did they say?
they're saying that a lot of them picked the Yankees to win.
Drinking Crown Apple in honor of New York.
Yeah. They're picking the Yankees to win. I'm like, are you
Everybody?
kidding? There's people that are picking the Dodgers, but it's more Yankees than Dodgers right now because the Yankees are hot. I'm like, of course they're hot. They played two teams they owned all year long.
The Yankees are hot. Did you see how many runs the Dodgers scored in every game they won?
I know this, but I'm talking to the idiot ESPN analysts who don't understand
I'm talking back to
or
them.
not working at looking at what you're looking at and what I'm looking at.
I'm talking to them too. I'm not talking to you.
Yeah, I mean what the Dodgers did to them, and that team took 4 in a row off the Yankees. Think about this, America, okay? If they took 4 in a row off the Yankees and the Dodgers averaged over 10 runs a game against them, what do you think they're going to do to the Yankees? What do you look, the Yankees can sit there and put up 6, 7 runs and it won't matter because the Dodgers will just get 10 or 11. Because they will. Because the top to bottom, they're better. Yeah, the Yankees have 3 guys. The Dodgers have like 9. Highlighted
Are you
by
serious?
3.
Tackle the motherfucker.
Oh, that's ridiculous. Wow.
You gotta be kidding me. That was the dumbest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life.
Wow, that was a piggyback ride.
That was silly. That was 30 yards.
Was that a run or a pass?
It was a pick.
It was a pick
Or a
six.
fumble.
Wow. Oh, it's a lateral. Oh, man. So he falls down. Look at the hustle. Gets up.
He's down right there.
Oh, is he down?
But how do you carry the fucking guy for 30 yards? That's embarrassing. He humped him for 30 yards.
He dragged him.
He's down.
Yeah, he's down. Which is good for you because now Baker can throw a touchdown pass.
That's why I was so pissed. These idiots rode his back for 20 yards.
If you push him, Jetty. If you ride him. You just can't do it. Anyway, back to the
So
Mets.
I wanted to say what I was talking about
Yeah.
with my coworker.
Yeah.
He got pissed at Mendoza. He mismanaged it, this and that.
For Christ's sake.
And I said, you know, he said I could have managed this team. I said you would have told them they were done in June. And his response was, and I love this. This is my friend. He says, haha, yep. And we all would have been better off. And that's where I fundamentally disagree.
That's disgusting. We all would have been better off.
We would. This was great.
That would have been better than getting 2 wins from the World Series. Against the definition of Goliath.
I know, that's insane.
The very definition of Goliath. Every baseball expert, when they put that team together 6 months ago, went, if they're standing at the end, they're winning it. Every fucking one of them. No one picked the Yankees. No one picked the Mets. No one, no. Yeah. Okay? So the fact the Mets fought them tooth and nail for 6 games, shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. Dude, it's fucking stupid.
Dude, and I'm
not even a Mets fan. It's fucking
so
stupid.
many memories from this season that I'm not going to forget about. They were great memories. I told him, I said, dude, I had one of my all-time Mets moments when Pete hit that home run. And he was like, now you're doing too much. Yeah. And I said, name me a better moment. And he goes, Mike Piazza's home run on 9/11. Mm-hmm. I said, okay, look, that was a great moment. It was a regular season game that didn't mean shit. Yeah. Okay, it meant something because it was the first sporting event after 9/11, but give me a break.
I mean, the first time, to your point, the Patriots went to the Super Bowl, it was like I met God. It was unbelievable. There was an impossible run. They were the first team to win 3 consecutive road playoff games in NFL history. And who's waiting? The fucking 46 defense Chicago Bears, who are regarded by many at 85-86, who were regarded by many as the greatest defense in one season in NFL history, and not many people would argue against it. Buddy Ryan was the defensive coordinator. They had the refrigerator Perry. They had Mike Singletary. They had Richard Dent. They had that defense. It's like the Steel Curtain, but better for 1 year. God, the Patriots finally get to the Super Bowl, and what's waiting for them? And by the way, every real Pats fan, including me at 12 years old, they're not beating them. They're not beating this team. I don't care if they beat Miami and the Bears lost there. This isn't in Miami. And we don't have Dan Marino, okay, who could throw 5 touchdowns and be the equalizer that he was that night. Because that was the one loss that team lost all year, was in Miami 38-24. I remember it because Dan Marino threw 5 touchdown passes against that defense. He's the only guy that did anything against it all year long. And just because we beat Dan Marino, I'm like, yeah, but we're not the 46th defense. Okay, so we knew the Pats weren't going to win. But I still remember that team because it was the first one that broke through for us. The Pats had never been there in their history. Yeah. So, they got their ass handed to them, and that's the one that we did.
Would you rather have a shit season?
I'll never forget that team because that team was the first Patriots team that gave me hope. First one. I never thought they. By the way, when they beat Miami, that was a 30-year drought. They hadn't won in the Orange Bowl in 30 years, and they win and they beat them in the AFC.
Get in, yeah.
Was that a pass?
It's not Godwin, right?
Nope, it's
Thank God.
There you go. It's a pass too, right?
It was a pass.
There you go. Anyway, so
I'm back in this motherfucker.
Back in the saddle. So anyway, to his point about the Mets, they came out of nowhere. Yeah, they literally came out of nowhere.
But it was so fun. Mm-hmm. Dude, when's the last time I've been this into baseball at this time of year?
Well, you were happy.
I know.
Surprisingly happy.
Dude, they brought me so much fucking joy. And I'm not going to erase that. There is no shame in going down in 6 games to that team. Right.
No shame whatsoever.
So I have a couple final words I'd like to say.
Sure.
Okay? And this is, because I feel like that was a great team. They didn't have the most talent, but it was a great team. And here's something that I think all great teams will do for you. Okay? Great sports teams actually teach you shit about life, okay? And
they do.
Here are some of the things they teach you about life. Enjoy the moment, okay? That is such a key to the fucking life that we lead.
It's so hard to get that.
And it's so hard to do it.
Yep.
It's probably the most basic piece of advice you could ever get. Yep. Just be here, in the now. And it's so hard to do it. But a true team, it'll make you do it.
Yep.
You just surrender to it.
They're proof that it can happen.
Exactly.
So,
enjoy the moment. And I felt like this was from the top down this year.
Yeah.
Steve Cohen and the way ownership marketed the team. And they did some gimmicky stuff at the ballpark. But every time something blew up on Twitter and the fans were into it, they incorporated it into the game.
Absolutely.
That's fucking great ownership. Yeah. That helps us enjoy the moment.
Absolutely.
We had the rally pimp. They let Iglesias perform OMG on the field. We had Grimace. They installed a Grimace seat at Citi Field.
That was kind of
cool. It's all dumb shit, but it was our dumb shit.
Actually, the Grimace seat was kind of cool, I thought.
They had Max Wiener. The first weekend, the veteran of the game's name was Max Wiener. No, I'm sorry, it wasn't Max. It was Seymour Wiener.
Seymour Wiener.
And it went viral everywhere. So on Dollar Hot Dog Night, they brought him back. He was like the spokesman for Dollar Hot Dogs, Seymour Wiener.
Seymour Wiener.
Okay, so he became one of our...
Can't make this shit up, America.
No, and I just embracing stuff like that allows you to really enjoy the moment. And the dramatic moments they gave us, of course, those allow you to.
Sure.
The other thing a team like this and a great team will teach you, maybe not always, but this team taught me this. And a guy on Twitter, my guy, Heck in Washington Heights, patience. That's what this team taught me. Because I had no patience at the beginning of the season. 0-5, 11 under, sell the bitch. Just take it apart.
It's on the tape. You can go back and look at it. It's there. He's not lying.
But this team was patient. I think Carlos Mendoza, one of his best traits, now this is outside looking in, so who knows? I think patience is one of his superpowers. Because to take a team that looked that dead in May and turn it into what it is now, insane patience.
To be a head coach, a good one, you got to have patience. Yeah. You just got to.
You can't force people to learn how to do something.
You cannot, because the thing about sports is, and fans are, you can't have knee-jerk reactions.
Yeah, we're the worst.
Fans are the worst.
Fans are made to not have patience.
We change our opinion every 5 minutes on our teams.
Fans are inherently
and coaches don't have
impatient.
that. Yeah, coaches don't have that luxury. You can't coach like that. You have to always remember.
Not if you're trying to build culture.
You have to always remember where the finish line is and what it's going to take to get there. And there's going to be some bumps along the way. It's so he's 100% right about this. And and you hear every great coach has that in them.
Yeah,
they have this.
If you're trying to build culture, you got to have patience. That takes time. This was
Especially
his
when
first
you're trying
year.
to change a culture.
Yes.
That's even harder.
Not just build it, but completely
tear down the other one.
reset it.
Yeah, you got to rip down a lot of things and get that. You have to gain trust to do this of your players. You don't get that overnight.
No.
You just
it doesn't
don't.
happen in one practice,
Yeah.
in one little outing that you take the team on. So, patience. I have two more. Next, always keep fighting, never give up. I mean, a real team teaches you that. That's kind of like the Rudy Disney side of things, but it's true.
Cliches are cliches for a reason, because they're true.
One of the best clips that the Mets have had from this season is in this Game 6. They were getting ready to have been swept in their first two series.
Yeah.
They were playing the Tigers. And I remember we talked about it. I said, if they lose tomorrow, it's over. Remember I said it's a must-win.
Yep.
Didn't I? 6th game of the year.
Yep.
And we were laughing because we're like, 6th game of the year, must win. And there's a clip. Oh, my God. This defense is pathetic.
He stepped out.
I mean, they were just going to let him go. But Gary Cohen, the play-by-play guy, they have this clip, and they keep putting it at the start of all the hype videos. Because in that 6th game, they're getting no hit through 7 innings. They came back and won, by the way.
Yeah.
But Gary Cohen goes, I don't know, 0-5, hitless through 7, ballpark empty. Kind of feels like rock bottom. But they never gave up. They won that game. They won so many games like that. And, hitless through 8 in Toronto, down 3 in the 8th in Atlanta. Yeah. Down 1 in the 9th in Atlanta. Down 3 in Milwaukee. Down 1 against the Phils when Lindor hit the fucking grand slam. Like, they never stop fighting, and I love them for that. And then the last one that I will say, in terms of things great teams teach you, is trust those around you.
Very true.
Because you can't fucking do it by yourself.
No way.
And I think all these guys actually, exemplified that with how they weren't trying to be the hero all the time. It was okay for other people to do it.
Yeah.
And that includes with the pitchers. The pitchers really came through on that. I said camaraderie, connection, and belief is what takes a group of people and turns them into an entirely different entity that is capable of accomplishing amazing things. That was one of my thoughts. And Francisco Lindor has catapulted himself into the legend zone.
Yeah, he's a franchise player. If he wasn't before, he is now.
He was when they got him. I think it just took him some time to realize he needed to be himself. Yeah. You can't please everybody.
Yeah, no,
be who you are.
And then again,
we're all fighting that battle.
Everybody fights that battle. Yes, every day. So, kudos to the Mets. We're going to close this segment off. We're going to give them their own segment. Come back, segment 2, and we're going to talk NFL, WNBA Game 5. A lot going on here. Gerard Mayo calling out his team. Bill Belichick trying to respond. We're gonna light that one up. And the Giants. Look, we're both in the cellar right now, so we're called segment 2 Suck and Sucker, because I don't know which one's worse, but they're both bad right now. But that'll be coming right up. So it's a Man Up Monday with Redoubtable Hollywood Culture. We will see you guys on the other side. Come back. It'll be fun. Promise.
Chocolate cigars.
Chocolate cigars. Come back.